Are you tired of feeling like you're the only one putting in effort in a relationship? Have you ever found yourself chasing after someone who just doesn't seem to feel the same way? It's frustrating, but don't worry, we've got you covered. In today's session with Thinks Free, we're going to teach you how to turn the tables and make them come to you. That's right, you'll learn how to make them chase you instead. Say goodbye to one-sided pursuits and hello to a relationship where you're in control. Number 7. Master the art of active listening. Being a good listener is a key component in building and maintaining strong relationships. Unfortunately, many people are prone to saying so much about themselves and listening less, especially when talking to someone they like. This can be a huge turnoff. In fact, studies from the University of Washington and the University of Nevada have shown that people are more attracted to good listeners. Active listening involves paying close attention to what the other person is saying, showing empathy, and asking thoughtful questions. By demonstrating that you understand and care about their thoughts and feelings, you'll create a deeper connection. Remember, people love talking about themselves, so if you're able to engage with them in a genuine way, they'll be more likely to want to spend time with you. Number 6. Trigger an adrenaline rush. Should we call this the Superman effect? In the movies, we see people fall in love with superheroes because they save the situation all the time. This is explained better by a study conducted in 1974 which revealed that individuals who were placed in thrilling or scary situations, such as crossing a shaky bridge, tended to develop a stronger attraction towards their peers than those who had simply crossed a stable bridge. However, as much as you want to trigger that feeling in someone, taking them to a bridge that is almost falling off will be too risky. A roller coaster ride or visiting a haunted house might just do the trick. Surprisingly, taking your date to an amusement park might be a good idea as it can create an association of fun and excitement with you. When they see you as someone who is thrilling, they are more likely to develop a crush on you. Is that why bad boys always win? Think about it. Number 5. Make them work for your time. So, you have a serious attraction to someone and you're eager to pursue them. You spend every waking moment trying to get their attention and show them how much you care. However, it's important to recognize that being too available can actually decrease their interest in you. According to the scarcity principle by Robert Cialdini, people are more attracted to things that are rare, unique, or limited in availability. What does that mean? Make yourself scarce. Once you have made your intention known to the other person and you're sure they like you too, step back. Give the other person the impression that you're busy and let them initiate contact with you. If you want someone to pursue you, avoid always being the one to suggest meetups or respond to their messages immediately. It's good to initiate once in a while, but don't always be the one doing it. It's important to avoid coming across as desperate or overly eager, as this can be a major turnoff. One effective way to accomplish this is to keep yourself busy and spend more time improving yourself and your career. Not only will this help you appear more attractive, but it will also ensure that you're not just sitting around waiting for their attention. Research has shown that people are more attractive when they're viewed as popular, well-liked, and leading exciting lives. And that explains why celebrities have it easy. Pursue your own interests, spend time with friends, and engage in activities that bring you joy. By doing so, you'll demonstrate that your world doesn't revolve solely around them, and this can actually make them more likely to reach out to you. Number 4. Stay physically close to them. Let's say you finally get a chance to hang out with the person you're attracted to, even if it's just a casual meeting. What should you do next? How should you act in their presence? Move closer to them. According to a study published in the American Journal of Sociology, staying physically close to someone can increase the likelihood that they'll like you. If you want to make someone chase after you, try to be in close proximity to them as often as possible. Also, don't underestimate the power of casual touch. Harvard psychologist Zeke Newman explains that touching the person you like can increase your sense of comfort and intimacy with them. Don't hesitate to give them a little tap on the arm or touch their knee if you're sitting next to each other, as it can make a difference. However, you have to be very careful with this because not everyone appreciates physical touch from people they're not yet so familiar with. If you sense that you're crossing someone's boundaries or making them uneasy with your casual touches or proximity, back off immediately. If this particular strategy doesn't work for you, worry not. There are plenty of other tips in the bag that are worth trying. So, let's keep going. Number 3. Mirror their behavior. You don't want to come across as creepy by copying your crush's every move, but subtly mimicking their body language and expressions can be an effective way to build rapport. Mimicry might seem like child's play, but research has shown that we tend to like people who behave like us. The Journal of Non-Human Behavior reported that people are drawn to others who understand them or think similarly. So, pay attention to their mood and try to empathize with them. By doing so, they'll be more inclined to spend more time with you. Number 2. Make them feel like they're missing out. Now, this may sound a little contradicting to the previous steps, but let me explain in a moment. This step involves a phenomenon described by the psychology study by RBC Junk as the mere exposure effect, in which people tend to develop a preference for something simply because they are familiar with it. Do you ever wonder why certain products are repeatedly advertised during your favorite TV program's commercial breaks? It is because of that effect. The more you're exposed to something, the more you're likely to like it. The more you expose your crush to the fun things that you do and the amazing people you spend time with, the more likely they are to pursue you. So, how can you stay in their mind without being too available? The answer is simple. In this era of social media, post a lot of Instagram stories and send them interesting snaps of you having a great time with your friends. Additionally, research has shown that people tend to find others more attractive when they're in groups rather than alone. This is known as the cheerleader effect, which has been consistently proven by several studies. Therefore, plan fun hangouts with your friends and make sure your crush knows what they're missing out on. Arrange to bump into them and mention the exciting things you're currently doing. Keep yourself on their mind, and they might start thinking about you even when you're not around. Who knows? They might even gather the courage to ask you out. Number 1 is perhaps the most crucial one on this list. Be willing to be vulnerable. In a 2015 Modern Love column, a writer conducted a scientifically supported experiment in which 2 people asked each other 36 progressively personal questions. The questions were intended to be challenging and create a level of intimacy that would typically take much longer to develop. While it may not be easy to naturally introduce that specific set of questions during a conversation, it's not necessary to do so. Similar to the earlier examples of the exposure effect, such as casually touching someone, the more familiar you are with someone, the more likely they are to become interested in you. To make someone fall in love with you, open up to them and allow them to do the same in return. However, be cautious not to overdo it. Although it's challenging, it has the potential to be entirely rewarding. That's the scientifically proven approach to pique anyone's interest. Feel free to share your experiences in the comments section, including what worked for you, what didn't, and any additional suggestions you may have. I will read and reply to each comment. As a word of caution, you may do all the things we have discussed today and get someone interested in you, but you may still ruin your relationship by doing certain things that are undesirable in a relationship. To avoid falling into that trap and ruining a great relationship, go ahead and watch the video popping up on the screen now. It will take you through 9 behaviors that can kill your relationship and how to avoid them. Let's meet again in the next session of Thinks Free. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.